Yeah, they sure did, John, in dominating fashion. The girls' soccer team was undefeated 11 games into the season before they lost 3 straight to some of the best teams in the area. Central Catholic, the best team in the state, Peabody was undefeated in conference, and Danvers. But they've really turned it around with just 2 more games to play. Luckily, after that tough stretch, this week was much easier for the girls as they matched up against the teams at the bottom half of the conference. First, D. Broom in the Witches 8-0, down in the Fishermen 9-1, and then the Vikings 9-0. Last week when we left the boys soccer team, they were 6-7 and on the outside looking in of the postseason. But remember, we also said they had a winnable schedule ahead for this week against the teams I've been referring to as fluff teams, sort of like clouds and bunnies. And in the words of Borat, the Magicians have had great success against those bunnies. And in the beginning of the season, the guys put together a 4-game win streak against those teams, and by golly, they done it again, and it earned them a spot in the playoffs. First, they took care of Salem 1-0 thanks to Lucas Copperman. Then they beat Lynn Classical the following night 2-0, and then went on to beat Gloucester 3-0 in a game we covered here at MHTV. Marblehead Fitness Center player of the game, Grady Kozak, scored a sick goal here. It turned out to be the game winner. And then Lucas Copperman and Eric Stamnitz also scored goals in stylish fashion. It was a very entertaining first half, so make sure you tune in to my call of the game. It's going to be here on MHTV, brought to you by our community partner, National Grand Bank, Monday, October 31st at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, November 5th at 1 p.m. Then the team topped Winthrop 4-0 for their 10th win and 10th shutout of the season. The volleyball team is 12-4, and they split games against 2 very good out-of-conference opponents this week while adding an in-conference win against Winthrop. The girls started the week with a 3-1 loss at Hamilton Wenham. They played Masco the following night, which was also their 5th consecutive road match. The girls were down 2-1 and battled their way back to win the final 2 games and steal the match from the Chieftains. Jenny Norcross had 27 kills, Riley O'Grady had 32 assists, and Mandy Dumay had 12 digs to lead the team defensively. They went on to beat Winthrop 3-1 next, and Jenny Norcross had a huge night, 18 kills. Riley O'Grady had 29 assists in the match also. The girls are looking good as they enter the postseason. So let's move on to a team that continues to shock everyone. I don't think anyone predicted that the Magicians football program would roll out an undefeated season in which, let's note, they were barely challenged. Their closest win was a touchdown over Danvers in the rematch of last year's D2 North Final. But outside of that game, they outscored their opponents in the other 6 games by an unprecedented 170 points, 210-40. And 2 of those 6 games were shutouts. What a strange game this was. The Magicians whomped English 43-0, but the Bulldogs are so lucky it wasn't so much worse. English actually had the ball for the entire first quarter and the first 3 plays of the second quarter. But the Magicians stopped them on that insanely long drive on 4th and goal from the 15. They took over on downs, and they never looked back, scoring 43 unanswered points in under 3 full quarters of play. Jason Lopez had 2 touchdowns, including a 58-yard punt return. Marblehead Fitness Center player of the game, quarterback Drew Galley, scored on a 42-yard run. He also passed for a touchdown. You got to tune into this one. Get yourself a taste of what the Magicians are going to be playing like for the next couple weeks. It's exciting stuff. You got to see it here on MHTV, brought to you as always by our community partner, National Grand Bank. We'll play it Saturday, October 29th at 2:30 p.m. But tune in around 2:45. That's when the Magicians get the ball. So playoff picture. Number 1 seed Magicians take on number 8 Wayland in the MIAA Division 2A quarterfinals Friday, October 28th at 7 p.m. at Piper Field. MHTV will be covering the game, brought to you by our community partner, National Grand Bank. And then we're going to show it Tuesday, November 1st at 7:30 and Saturday, November 5th at 2:30 p.m. So let's finish up today with one of those teams that I'm most interested in seeing play this postseason, the field hockey team. They're 13-1-3, and they don't have much experience as a high seed in the tournament. The girls opened the final stretch of the season against a pesky Saugus team, and it was an unlucky ending to this one for our girls. They outshot Saugus 25-4, but one of those 4 found the goal in the final 2 minutes of the game to take 2 points away from MHS in the standings. The game ended in a tie. And the girls had another nail-biter a few nights later against Gloucester, winning 1-0. Marblehead Fitness Center player of the game, Caroline Driscoll, scored the only goal, coming up clutch as usual. The game had some high drama, so check it out here on MHTV Wednesday, November 2nd at 7:30 p.m., and Saturday, November 5th at 4:30 p.m., brought to you by our community partner, National Grant Bank. And then Caroline led her team to victory the following night at Bedford, 3-2, a really big out-of-conference win for the team. Hopefully that boosts the girls' confidence about playing unfamiliar teams as they roll their way into the playoffs. So we're set for a lot of action at Piper Field over the next week or two. Make sure you bundle up, get out there, and support your teams. For Headliner Sports, I'm Jess Burton. I'll see you next week, and it's hopefully with more good news. John?
All right, so you're doing impressions now.
I'm doing it all now. I'm name dropping. I got impressions going.
I can't wait to see what you come up with next week.
Exactly.
And that concludes this week's Headliner. I'm John Caswell, and on behalf of the entire news team here at MHTV, we'd like to thank you for watching. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.